And we're back. Pie to Pie, another incredible episode. This one with Kyle Lambert of Little Dynamite Pizza. Kyle is a New Jersey native. He's cooked everywhere from Philly, Pittsburgh to San Francisco. He started selling his square pie sourdough pizzas in Los Angeles in 2019. He's already been through a lot in just 4 years of business. We talk everything from Bruce Springsteen to fallouts with his partner in his first location, and Kyle's nice enough to even just take us through his whole dough process. This is a great conversation with a major focus in not giving up and knowing what you want and making it happen with what you have. I think there is a lot of enlightening information. The conversation was incredible. I took a lot away. I hope you do too. As always, I hope you enjoy this conversation as much as I had having it. Kyle, thanks for letting me sit down in your brand new location in Mar Vista. It is beautiful. It is awesome. You are awesome. Your pizza's awesome. Los Angeles, you are awesome. Anyone listening to this is awesome. All right, I'm gonna shut the fuck up now. Ladies and gentlemen, Little Dynamite Pizza, Kyle Lambert. Thank you. Rock and roll. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sitting here today with Kyle from Little Dynamite Pizza. We're out here, pie to pie. You know the deal. 15 questions, about 1 minute to answer. How you feeling?
Good.
Thank you for doing this.
I'm happy to do it.
Appreciate it. I like to start this off with a gift. I know you already make great square pizza, but Mr. Reinhardt here wrote this book.
Thank you.
If anything, it has nice pictures. The Perfect Pan Pizza. Check it out. I also brought you some champagne.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know if you drink. Some people like stop drinking, and I don't know.
I know I drink.
Okay, perfect. All right, let's get into this. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What attracted you to pizza, especially square pies specifically, and who ultimately taught you how to make pizza?
Square pies was just a homeborn thing because I hated pizza stone, home oven, flat pies. I was just, you don't need a stone for a pan pizza. So when I was fucking around, I was just like, I'll make pan pizza. And that's it. It just stuck. Like, it's not necessarily my personal favorite style of pizza or anything like that. It was just like kind of necessity. And who taught me? Just a bunch of dudes in Jersey growing up.
Okay.
I probably worked in, a bunch of different pizza shops from suburban New Jersey to Philly to Pittsburgh. Pizza truck out in San Francisco. So I just picked little bits up along the way.
So you've been in the game for a minute.
Yeah, I'm kind
okay.
of a lifer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's kind of the only job I ever have had. I worked at like a UPS store when I was like 17 and a grocery store as a teenager, but...
Are you from New Jersey?
I am.
Okay.
From like Trenton suburbs, so pizza's serious over there.
Yeah. Is that North Jersey?
It's like central, South Jersey.
Okay.
Philly is like 30 minutes away.
Yeah, all right. What's a memory from childhood that sticks out to you about the pizza you ate growing up?
Getting it in a flea market. There's this place. If you look at bootleg pizza, you can kind of see where I got it from. There's Kate and Al's and Pete's. They're these two rival square pizza places in a farmer's market in like Columbus, New Jersey, where I'm from. It's just farms and a farmer's market with two pizza places in it that are just fucking killer.
And they both went head to head?
Yeah, I guess it's a pretty friendly rivalry. From what I understand, I think they might even be related.
Okay.
But yeah.
It's all a rouge. Just to get
honestly
over here.
I think.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Okay.
But yeah, that's my...
All right. Is pizza better on the East Coast?
Yeah.
Easy. Can you explain why?
Probably just a longer tradition, I would assume.
Yeah, so is it even the pizza or is it like
vibe.
Yeah, like the vibrations.
Vibrations are extremely important.
It's like the story, the history, the coal ovens. Your family always saying, "Oh, this is the best pizza in the world." Is that what makes East Coast pizza better than any other place in the world?
Kind of, it helps.
Yeah.
I mean, like, give it time out here.
Yeah.
Not to say there aren't places that have been open here for like 100 years or whatever.
Yeah.
There's a lot more of them back there. The tradition runs deeper, and I feel like that does something.
Yeah. What has been the hardest part about using sourdough for you?
It's a pain in the ass. It's like it's a pet.
Yeah.
Really. What was the question? A pain in the ass about? What's the biggest pain in the ass?
Well, basically, what's the hardest part about using it? Yeah, biggest pain in the ass.
Having to use it.
Yeah.
Like, if I could go back and do this all over and not make sourdough part of the brand, I'm sure I wouldn't do it.
You don't think you could just change up and just be like,
I don't want to now.
This shit's it's yeasted now.
I'm in it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what was
I don't hate it, but I don't love it either.
Okay.
But it's fun to do. It kind of sets us apart, and
it gives you a different flavor profile.
Yeah.
Is initially when you started with sourdough, was there a reason why, or is it just like how you had been doing it at prior jobs?
No, I had never done it before.
Oh my. Okay.
Yeah, I don't have a good reason for why I started doing it, other than I was just like, it'd be cool if this worked. And it wasn't a business at the time. I was just kind of like seeing if I could figure it out.
Uh-huh.
I had never even made anything with sourdough before until I started fucking around with the pan pizza, and that's it. I have no experience with it beyond doing this.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it definitely is temperamental.
It is, but honestly, it's not. You don't need to be. You can be looser with it than it feels.
Yeah.
I've learned that over time. It's not that serious.
I like that.
Yeah.
Did you grow your own starter, or did you use somebody else's? Can you not answer that question?
I can answer it.
You don't have to answer that question.
Dude, the original starter, the one that is still alive today, came from just a packet that I bought at the West LA Whole Foods. Started it, kept it going.
Damn.
And that's the one that we still use.
Wow.
Yeah, so
you've been on a bit of, even like through the hiatus of the last shop to this one, has it just been fridged?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I, pull it out every week or so and feed it.
Yeah.
But we were open at least like one day a week pretty much that whole time. So it got used, but there was some times when it went dormant.
Okay.
Like I said, it's not that serious.
Yeah.
It turns out
you can bring it back.
Turns out you can throw that shit in the back of the fridge and forget about it, pull it out a month later and make dough the next day.
Yeah, drain a little of the hooch and take a shot. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. All right. I see that you use all trumps. And my question usually is,
why?
Yeah, what kind of flour you use, and then why do you use that flour?
It's affordable.
Yes.
It works.
100%.
And why not?
Yeah.
I tried to switch it up at the last shop, get a little fancier. Not really. I think we were just like moved over to like Sir Lancelot, I think is what it was.
Mm-hmm.
And the starter hated it.
Mm-hmm.
And the dough was just really fucking weird. Like it, I don't know what about it, but we would put it in the oven for like 40 minutes and it wouldn't bake.
Yeah.
Just behaving weird. So I went back to the all trumps.
It's consistent.
Yeah. It never changes. And, and it's cheap. That's a big thing. Definitely. I feel like you get the most bang for your buck with it.
Yeah, it's a great flour.
I got nothing bad to say about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did a lot of the places that you've worked at use all trumps?
No.
It's definitely like an industry workhorse. That flour.
It is. I've come to find out that like a lot of the East Coast shops do use it, but as far as I can remember, I wasn't using it as like a teenager anywhere.
Yeah.
But also back then I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah. So, how many pans do you actually have for this concept? Because fucking square pans are not cheap.
No. We opened here.
Yeah.
With 36 pans.
Holy shit.
We just constantly refilling them. Now we have 90.
Okay.
Soon we'll have 120. And that still won't be enough. But yeah, if I could have 1,000 pans, that would be amazing.
Because they take up a lot of space.
They do. They do.
So do you par bake?
Nope.
Holy shit. Okay. Can you just take me, if you feel comfortable with this, can you take me through maybe like the dough process, just in layman's terms?
Sure. From like making the dough to baking the dough?
All the way through.
Dough gets made. It bulk ferments in bus tubs for a day. It comes out of the fridge the morning we're going to use it, gets balled up. From balls on a table, it goes into pans. It sits there for like 2 hours and warms up. Then it gets poked another 2 hours or so. And from that point on, after about 4 hours in the pan and a couple of hours of rising with a bunch of dimples in it, you can pretty much bake it. You just kind of jostle it a little bit, top it, throw it in the oven. 20 minutes.
It's a 20-minute bake time?
On a good day.
Yeah.
15 on a great day. 25 or 30 when it's taking a beating.
And so, is there ever like crazy inconsistencies with that, or are you constantly like watching the dough, like kind of see where it's at? Especially like it's going to get hotter, like
right. Yes.
Yeah.
The inconsistencies now are not so much because I've definitely learned how to control it over these last few years.
Yeah.
But yeah, when we started, it would be like just whatever the fuck happened that day was what it was.
How many people are doing that prep for the squares?
One or two. Usually it's mostly me doing the balling and panning. Up until we opened this place, nobody touched the dough, really, except for me. And we had a dough guy for a minute, but I was a little overprotective, trying to be looser now. But it's still, we're a tiny operation, so it's still mostly me.
Well, I think it would be hard not to be a little sensitive, because if you're not par baking, everything's kind of got to be perfect by the time that goes on the brick.
Yeah.
And so you just have, do you prep 90, or what did you say? How many right now? How many pans?
We got 90 now.
Yeah, so do you prep all 90 every day?
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit.
And then even more on sheet trays, and when we have empty pans, throw new doughs in them.
Got it.
Go through that whole waiting and poking process. Sometimes we can rough them up and slap them around, and stretch them, and force them when they're kind of cold, but not ideal.
Yeah.
It's a long, slow process.
Do you like maybe having the exact number of knowing when you'll sell out though? Is it nice knowing all right, we have this amount of dough. If we do this, great.
Yeah, there's pros and cons.
Yeah.
I would love to just have an endless number.
Yeah.
That would be cool for other reasons.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
But I'm perfectly content. Even, if we sold just 90, that's a fine day.
Yeah.
On top of, the other sodas and slices and whatever.
100%.
So,
Okay.
I try to be content.
Yeah. That's good. Everyone should try to be content.
Yeah. I mean, it's easy now. I got nobody yelling at me. The only person I can disappoint really now is myself.
So you've been selling these pies since 2019, right?
Yeah. We started at the very tail end of 2018.
Okay.
But we opened the first pop-up on Fairfax, first time around, I think February 19th.
Okay. So you've been doing it out of commissaries, food trucks, storefronts, pop-ups. What's advice you could give to someone waiting for the perfect situation to start selling their own food, their own pizza?
There is no perfect time. Just do it. Whatever way you're going to go about doing it, just fucking do it.
Yeah.
And if you just stick with it, it's impossible to say where it's going to go, but just wherever you're going to do it and tough it out or don't.
Yeah.
You don't need anything really. I mean, any kind of oven. I was making dough by hand, baking in rock boxes or home ovens or shitty ovens in shared kitchens. You just gotta Do it.
Make it work.
Make it work.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my advice.
Okay. So you partnered with the restaurant investment group on your first shop that opened in 2020. Things didn't end up working out. What's the biggest piece of advice you can give about going into a partnership? And then would you recommend it yourself?
No. My biggest advice would be don't do it. Unless you absolutely have to. And if you do it, just be really, really careful. And do your research. And if the vibes are weird, they're weird for a reason. It's not because, like, the way I read it, when I felt weird vibes with him or the whole thing, I was like, oh, this is just me. Not like imposter syndrome, but like, I don't know how this shit works, so this must be how it is.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, in hindsight, it was weird because it was weird, not because I didn't know. He didn't know either, I don't think.
Yeah.
Or maybe he did, I don't know. But it was, just be careful is what I would say.
Okay.
And do it on your own. You can do it on your own, which is the fucking way, you know.
Yeah. No.
I'm much happier. Much happier.
I like that. If it's weird, it's probably weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If trust your gut, for sure.
If it feels weird, it's weird.
If it feels weird,
yeah,
it's weird. It's probably weirder than it feels even.
Yeah, because you get so excited probably about like, oh, this person can offer me, or if maybe it's more comfortable to go into it with another person. But your advice is going on your own if you can.
If you can.
Yeah.
And you can.
Yeah.
It's going to take longer and it's going to suck harder, but it's worth it in the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think after going what you went through at your first shop, only being open 8 or 9 months, then shutting it down could have been detrimental to your mental health.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people may have given up or lost hope. Can you tell me what keeps you going? Like what keeps you pushing even in the darkest moments?
Nothing to fall back on, honestly. Like, I have really nothing else to do. If I didn't do this, I couldn't tell you what I'd be doing. I have no fucking idea. So that's really it.
That's great. That's beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, I have no. I guess I'd be like a mailman or some shit. Like, just
Seems
nothing wrong with that.
Seems like a cool job.
It's probably fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, just if it's not this, I don't know what it is. So it had to be this. Also, I don't listen to people. Like, I really can't be working for somebody. So that drives me a lot. I don't want to say I'd rather be the boss, but I'd rather be the guy
Without a boss.
without a boss. Exactly.
Yeah. You have funded this project yourself.
Mhm.
For someone like wanting to open their own storefront, what would you recommend people do to raise capital without partners?
Raising capital, just hustle, I guess. I mean, that's hard. I would say more than raising capital, get clever with how you fund things and get comfortable with scraping by and scrounging and some DIY ethics.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know much about raising capital.
Okay.
I know more about finding a way through, you know, the cheapest way, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I guess that is advice in itself. Like I, for one, Pizza Baby, when I talked to them, and then you brought it up too, you can finance equipment.
Right.
I
didn't really know that.
Yeah, you can.
When
rent
I got
equipment.
into this, I honestly didn't know like where the money was going to come from. I was just like, I'll figure it out. And then we found this company, Supplies on the Fly. It's actually like a Cisco offshoot.
Mhm.
And that's where like everything pretty much except for the oven came from. It made it pretty easy to acquire everything.
Yeah.
And we did that. It was a little bit of a headache, but probably much less of a headache than trying to raise money would be. I didn't have to really ask anybody for anything. I just
Figured it out.
figured it out. Yeah, I didn't beg. Yeah, so figure some stuff like that out. Try Supplies on the Fly.
I like that.
Shouts out Cisco.
Just figure it out.
yeah,
That's
there's
the advice.
there's always ways.
Yeah.
People don't people don't talk about it. I feel like things get gate kept.
Well, that's the problem, and a lot of the reason I like doing this is having conversations with people in LA. I think there's a vast, great community of people, but I think that there is information that's gate kept.
Oh, there totally is.
I think that there is depression that people don't talk about. I think that there's really shitty things that happen that no one's fucking talking about.
Absolutely, every day.
Yeah.
All day.
Yeah. I mean, not just in pizza, obviously, but I think just what you shared about this Cisco offshoot company having this.
I had never heard of it.
My mind's blown a little bit. You know, I don't know about that shit.
It was cool.
Yeah,
it made it easy to do this with nobody. Mm-hmm. Without that, it would have been harder. I guess there's probably other companies that do it, but that was the one that I found.
Awesome.
Yeah.
After opening 2 shops now, what do you think is a good estimate of startup money for this business model?
As much as you can spend. There's no like top amount. Like obviously the more money the better, but if you have anything, you can make something happen. If you can afford a rock box, you can do this.
True. Let me get more specific with the question.
How much did it cost for this?
No, you don't have to tell me exactly how much this was.
I would if I could. I don't even know.
Yeah. Okay.
I really don't know.
But like, let's just say like, how much do you think that you would need? Need, not want.
To do it the way I did this, 60,000.
Okay. Wow.
And I mean, that's, it was tight. It was stressful, but it worked. There's a lot of other factors that fell into place that kept it that price. Like I was explaining to you before about the permit was in place. It just rolled over. The hood was here. Mm-hmm. It took a year and a half to find that. I guess it was about a year and a half.
Yeah.
But once it happened, it worked.
Yeah.
So be patient.
Uh-huh.
And you can do it for whatever number you want to make it work for, really.
Okay. What is the greatest band?
Band? The E Street Band.
The E Street Band, dude. Okay.
Easy.
Let me finish. That's what I'm talking about. All right. That's very Jersey.
Come on.
All right. I love it. I love that answer. My wife's from South Jersey.
Where? What town?
Brigantine.
Oh, the beach.
That's right.
Nice.
Yes. Another question I almost forgot to ask. How did you choose this neighborhood? Did you do any like research or demographics?
No.
This is a great spot.
Luck. I don't know how many people said no to me over that year and a half I was talking about. I probably looked at 100 places and tried to get 100 places and it didn't work. I didn't have money, or they felt bad. They had read the Eater article and were like, this guy's trouble, or whatever the fuck. But when I met the landlord here, it was just cool vibes. 10 seconds after meeting him, I was like, this guy fucks with me. I fuck with him. It's cheap for I don't know what reason. I guess just because he's cool. And it was just instantaneously, I knew that this was the one. But it could have been anywhere. Yeah. This could have been in any neighborhood, and I still would have picked it. I was in a point of like great desperation for sure. I was ready to walk. And yeah, it just happened to be here. I wasn't holding out for Mar Vista or anything.
Yeah.
It just happened. And it is going better than I would have thought even.
That's great.
Yeah.
They say timing is everything.
I guess so.
You know?
Yeah.
And I don't know. It just seems like whatever's going to happen is going to happen, and you're going to do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm really just along for the ride.
That's I think the greatest attitude to have, you know?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people like to control things. And a lot of people also, you've used the word luck a couple times.
Yeah.
And it is luck. There's so much luck involved in
running. But if you just wait it out, you get lucky.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone hits a jackpot.
Yeah.
It might just take you. Well, I'm not saying we've hit a jackpot, but you know what I mean.
Come on, I hit a jackpot.
That's what I'm saying. This was a fucking jackpot, dude. Okay, and then I love the new name. The name.
Thank you.
Little Dynamite. Where did that come from?
The E Street Band.
Oh my God, nice.
It's a I guess Little Dynamite is a character in the song Rosalita.
Okay.
You pick up Little Dynamite, I'm gonna pick up Little Gun. So I was just like, Little Dynamite, that's cool.
Okay. So what's your advice for somebody who wants to make better pizza?
Just same shit I've been saying to all it. Just don't give up. Keep doing it until it's the way you want it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. There's no right or wrong way. So find your favorite way
Yes.
and perfect it.
Yes.
Takes a minute, but anybody can do it. If I can do it, anybody can do it. Not to say my pizza's perfect. It's far from it, but it's how I want it to be.
Yeah. And that's what matters.
Yeah.
Is there a book or somebody that we should check out to make us better bakers or people, a podcast, anything that you, an album, something you would point somebody to become a better person, baker, or pizza person?
No.
Okay.
Just, read everything you can. I mean, I read The Joy of Pizza, the Dan, that book. What's it? However you say
Dan
it.
Richer?
Dan Richer. Is
yeah.
it Richer?
I don't know. Richardman, I don't know.
Cool.
Cool guy.
Great book.
Yeah.
Um,
QR codes and shit in there.
yeah.
Yeah.
This one, I'm sure, is great.
Yeah.
Any information is good, but I would say don't read anything and think that that's the way.
100%.
Just, take notes and figure it out.
Yeah. You can even just compare.
I feel like
right?
everybody just does better when they just figure it out.
Yeah.
Compare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Where do we go to check you out? Get in contact.
LittleDynamitePizza.com. Little Dynamite Pizza on Instagram. That's it.
Kyle, thank you so much for doing this.
Thank
This
you.
has been fucking rad. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thanks for the champagne.
You're the man.
I wanna know.